They're so awful.
You're listening to Parasearch UK Radio. News, views and reviews from the world of the paranormal from across the UK and beyond. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and the World Wide Web. Parasearch UK Radio.
The views and opinions expressed by presenters and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Parasearch UK Radio or its affiliates and sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to The Spirit Dimension with your host, Kerry Greenaway, right here on Parasearch Radio.
Good evening and welcome to The Spirit Dimension. My name is Kerry Greenaway, and as you know, on a Sunday we do love to bring things different and spiritual and all lovely and paranormal to you. I'm joined by the lovely Clare Higgs. Good evening, Clare.
Good evening, Kerry. What a pleasure it is, as always, to be
Oh, she is in such a good mood today.
Spirit Dimension. I'm in a really good mood today because it's nearly my birthday.
It is. It's nearly Claire's birthday. Would you believe? Now, in the studio tonight, we have...
I was just going to say I'm really looking forward to tonight's show because I'm super excited about what we're going to discuss. She's exciting.
She's so excited. We have the Trinity in the studio. The third part of the Trinity is the absolutely amazing Mj Dickson. Good evening, MJ. How are you?
Hi, ladies. Good.
Hi, MJ.
Happy to be on the show with you.
Oh, MJ has been up to... Oh, she's so excited. MJ has been up to so much stuff and so much stuff coming up that I don't think an hour is going to be long enough, so we may end up running over a little bit, everybody, so I'm just warning you. Hashtag just saying.
I'll try and talk really quickly.
Yeah, we're all going to be trying to talk really, really quickly tonight. So first of all, I want to talk about Salem Con.
Oh my God, amazing. I love it. Salem Con is one of my favorite paranormal conventions in the world, really. Mark and Lauren that host the convention are just absolutely phenomenal. They always have amazing speakers. It's in Salem, Massachusetts. I mean, come on. You know, home of the witches. It's amazing. I feel right at home there. It's literally like every time I go back to Salem, it's like I'm going home. I had a blast. I had a great time. I got to meet some really cool people in the industry. Nice to meet a lot of them face to face that I've worked with here and there. So yeah, it was really exciting.
What was your favourite bit of the weekend?
Oh God. The very impromptu decision to get a tattoo.
I know. What did you get?
Oh, saw that.
I ended up getting my witch's runes on my fingers that I've always wanted. But, you know, I thought, where better to do it? And it was actually a group of us friends that were out there. And we all decided, all of us ladies, there were 4 of us, and we just went, you know what, we're going to get tattoos. That's it. We're doing it. I've wanted these for a really long time, and I got them in Salem, Massachusetts on Friday the 13th. So, pretty stoked with that. It was really cool.
Some things are just meant to be, aren't they?
I know, right? No, so my favorite part of the convention, geez, so many really good lectures. It was really awesome hanging out with Grant Wilson. He is quite possibly one of my new favorite people in the world ever. I absolutely adore him, and he is super funny. He makes a lot of sense. You know, everything that he talks about, literally everything that comes out of that man's mouth. I'm like, wow, okay, that just makes you look at the paranormal from a completely different perspective. So it was really nice, really interesting. I got to do readings for a few people, including Grant, which was terrifying.
How did that go, Jane? Because I always love to hear how your readings go, because you kind of play that card really kind of, I don't want to be seen as a medium. But I love it because you're so good. Your intuition is amazing. So how did it go?
It was good. I was quite scared at first, but Grant had, and the reason being, because the entire weekend Grant was going, well, I've had so many psychic mediums try and read me and no one's ever got it right. And I was like, oh, damn. Now I have to do it.
Yeah,
Yay.
no pressure.
Yeah, right? No one's ever been able to read me properly. Hey, do you want to give it a go? So it was a bit nerve-wracking in that sense, but it went really well. He seemed quite impressed. So, hey, it was cool. It was fun. But the investigation side of Salem Con and all of that was really good fun. Hanging out with Scott Grunwald, Nick Groff, Elizabeth Saint was there. There were quite a few people that was really nice to catch up with.
Yeah, there was a bit.
And we got really cool Ghostbusters Ecto 1, so it's really cool.
Yeah, I saw that. It was a little bit like a who's who of the paranormal world, wasn't it?
It really was. I mean, it was amazing to catch up with John Zappis again. I love the old man. He's great. Yeah, it really was. They had a really superstar lineup of speakers. Frank Sinelli, Bob Christopher. They had Rosalind Bound. There was just so many good speakers all around. And it was great to catch up with people in the US, because I don't get over there that often. So this year I am actually over there quite a few times. But, a lot of that crowd I haven't seen since the last Salem Con. And it's almost like my extended Sage tribe, There's so many people over there that have come over to the UK for my events and things. So it's always just a good catch-up. I feel like I'm getting pulled in 20 million directions the entire weekend, but it was fun. Who needs sleep anyway?
I was going to say, how much sleep did you get?
Right.
Probably about 1 hour.
No. Actually, I made sure that I got at least 3-4 hours.
Good girl. In one slot or like as naps throughout the day?
Yeah, right. But because of the time difference, I ended up waking up at like 4:30 in the morning every morning. And it was literally just because of the jet lag and the time difference. Wide awake at 4:30. I was like, oh, great. Here we go. I only got to bed at 1. So, yeah. It was good. But I was literally dead the first few days that I was back.
Mm. Yeah.
So when we do, if you've attended the Paracon, you'll say Sage Paracon, and obviously we do a paranormal investigation. Warwick Castle last year was amazing. So did you do that sort of thing at?
We did. Yeah. So here's something really cool that you guys will love. The lectures weren't actually held in the Hawthorne Hotel. We all stayed there, and we did the VIP party there. But the lectures were all in the Salem Town Hall, which is quite famous for being one of the places where they filmed Hocus Pocus.
Oh, really? Oh, how interesting.
Yeah. Like the main town hall party of Hocus Pocus, that was actually filmed in the town hall. So it was super cool. I was fangirling out. Little stood in the middle of the town hall like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Started singing I Put a Spell on You, eh?
Oh, yeah. You have to. So it was really cool. We had the lectures there, and we got to investigate a couple of different little sort of witchy shops in the main strip of, if you want to call it like the strip of Salem, like where all the main occult shops and things are. So we investigated a couple places there, and then we actually investigated the town hall as well, both the upstairs and downstairs of the town hall. It was really cool. Interesting activity here and there. Obviously, with any public event, you have people talking and blah, blah, blah. So, you're going to have some contamination. But it was fun. It was interesting. It was good to investigate with the speakers. Really nice.
And is it like a paranormal investigation? Is it like doing a paranormal investigation here? Do they do things very differently? Is it the same wherever you go?
So some of the things that I found really interesting was, especially working with Scott Grunwald, he had an app that, and you know what? I never believe in apps. I never use apps. However, this particular app was really interesting. It kind of used your voices, your conversation, and looped it and echoed it, and from that, it was kind of sort of like Echovox, but better. I thought it was better. It was really interesting. I was just surprised at how many things came through really clearly on that. And really odd things like people's names. And at one point, we had a really cool EVP come through. We were all singing, because I picked up on a little girl in one of the areas, and we all started singing Ring a Rosie. We were on the Rosie. And when we got to the last thing, instead of saying we all fall down, we just said we all fall, and we all stopped. And when we played the recording back, we heard a little girl say down. That was really cool. It was very, very cool. So, there were little bits and bobs during the investigation that I really enjoyed. They don't really do things differently per se. I think they've got more gadgets that are available to them that we don't get over this side, purely because of how expensive it is to ship them in and then still pay the tax and this and that on top of it. So, investigating techniques, no, I think they're quite similar. Definitely.
Cool.
Very cool. So the town itself, Salem, it was a huge reputation, huge stories, obviously, surrounding that particular town. Do you get a chance to see much of it?
I saw all of it. Because I've been there before. I mean, I love it. I absolutely love Salem. It really feels magical. It really does have that energy about it. I think I freaked out most of the little occult shops owners. For instance, one of them, I walked in and I kept getting stomach cramps. And I walked up to the guy behind the counter and I was like, you really need to sort your stomach out. And he just looked at me and was like, wow, okay, thank you. That's spot on. And so I had like a little chat with him, and then I walked into the next place, and I walked up to the woman behind the counter and went, okay, you need to take some peppermint oil, a few drops, boiling hot water, add in a drop of this and drop of that, put a towel over your head and breathe in that steam, because your chest is so closed up, it's ridiculous. And she was just stood there looking at me like I was completely nuts. I'm like, well, this is Salem. Aren't you used to that? You're full of like witches and psychics. You've got to be used to people just randomly saying things. But
brilliant.
It was great doing a bit of shopping here and there. I am so glad I didn't get stopped at the airport. I would have a lot of explaining to do with the amount of herbs and things I had in my bag. Got some new cards. I got a few new books. I went to the House of Seven Gables. I went to the Witch House, which is basically where they actually had the witch trials. Mm-hmm. So it was a really strange energy. And I found something in the Witch House that was quite exciting for me. It was dug out of the walls of a house, and it's an actual witch's puppet.
Wow.
Oh. Yes. So we all know my little thing with Aleister Crowley is that he calls me Poppet.
Yeah.
During the investigations, we've had that come through in several events, several investigations all over the UK. He actually came through in the States. The person that gave me Aleister Crowley's tarot cards, I was investigating with him, Frank Sinelli, and whilst we were doing the investigation, we asked if there was anyone there that would like to come through, and crystal clear, it said it 3 times in a row. Hello, Poppet.
Oh.
It was very cool. But yeah, I actually found a witch's puppet. And then another really cool thing happened on the last evening. We went out for dinner, and we walked into this great seafood restaurant, and as I walked through the door, I just stopped. And I thought, this is the building I've been looking for. And it turned out that it was actually the place that used to be an old tavern and apple orchard owned by Bridget Bishop, who was the first person hanged for witchcraft in Salem. And she actually owned that building, those that ground. I wouldn't say that
Yeah.
building, but you know, that ground. And it was just really weird because the whole time we were sat having dinner, I had this cheesy grin on my face through the entire meal. But it was awesome. I love Salem. I love everything about it. I can ramble for hours about it.
Fantastic. I have a question for you from the chat room. This is from
Okay.
Kaz. Do you think that Salem has the same sort of energy or vibe as Pendle Hill?
No, not at all. I think Pendle has more of an elemental feel to it, if that makes sense.
Mm.
I don't know, Pendle feels much older. The energy is so different. Salem kind of feels, you kind of get a sense of the hysteria that went on throughout the entire town. I don't know, it feels very different. I don't think it feels the same
Okay.
at all.
So for those people that are maybe listening that have no idea about Pendle Hill, perhaps you could just elaborate on Pendle Hill and the comparison.
Right. Okay. So I know that there were several witches that were tried for witchcraft around Pendle and hanged. I know that some of them were actually kept down in the cage in Oswald, Essex. I can't think of the town name. It is Oswald.
Yeah.
When it comes to the comparison, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like Pendle is a lot more elemental. The energy out there, I feel like it's slightly darker. I think in Salem there were several witches. However, a lot of it was just the hysteria. So you pick up more on that energy where so many people were wrongfully persecuted for witchcraft there. That makes
Yeah, I would say they had. I haven't been to Salem, so I can't really sort of judge because I haven't been there. But I would imagine they have both very different feels.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
them, but probably because of the way they worked. Although there would be similarities in the way
This
the
is what I'm
witches
saying.
worked.
So there were definitely similarities in the magical working side of things. However, I feel like there was a lot darker stuff that went on the Pendle, if you will.
Yeah, I would say. I'm with you on that. Anyway, I'm going to play something.
That went really serious, really quickly.
I know, it went really serious. So I'm going to play you guys a little something. You're going to love this. It's a little bit long. It's not long at all. It's, I'm going to play it. I'm falling over words now. I'm going to play it because I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is Aaron Sager.
Hey there, friends and fiends. I am TV host and journalist Aaron Sagers from Paranormal Pop Culture, and you are listening to Parasearch Radio with your host, Kerry. Join us at Coombe Abbey Hotel from the 8th to 11th, November 2018 at the Sage Paracon for a VIP weekend of all things paranormal. Tickets are on sale now at www.sageparacon.co.uk. Tickets are limited, so do not miss out. Get yours today, and I mean right now, right this second. I will wait for you to get them, and then I will see you there.
Oh my God, how awesome is that?
You're listening to The Spirit Dimension on Parasearch Radio UK with your host, Kerry.
I love that. That is the first of quite a few that I've got going on. This is the very first advert you've just heard for Sage Paracon 2018. Hell yeah.
Woo!
Honestly, the buzz for this event is starting so early. It's absolutely awesome. It is, as you heard, is the 8th to 11th of November. If you haven't got your tickets yet, you need to start getting them now because they are selling fast, aren't they, MJ?
Oh gosh, I just want to throw it out there. There are literally only about 19 platinum packages left. It's going really fast. We will be adding a few other things to the list. And I did speak about this a little bit last night. So for those of you that want all the information on Sage Paracon, you can either visit the website, so just www.sageparacon.co.uk. We will have all the information there. However, next week I launch the Sage app.
Yes, Sage app,
So,
everybody.
I know, really exciting. So the first app that we've designed is basically for the convention. It will have all the speakers' bios. It'll have all the information that you need, where to get tickets, what's involved in the packages, who, what, where, why, how, and when. Everything is in the app. It's in the palm of your hand. It's a free download. I will be posting it on our website and all of our social media when it's ready to go and get from the App Store. I'm really excited. All the ticket holders, you will have access to exclusive content. And now the exclusive content will only be available once you purchase your ticket. You will then get notifications for new videos. We've got behind-the-scenes interviews with not only our 2018 speakers, but 2017 speakers as well. We'll be catching up with all of them again. We'll have articles, news, reviews, all sorts going on. And that's all behind the scenes and the exclusive content. So for those of you coming to the Sage Paracon, not only do you get your little welcome pack, but you will have a lot of cool things behind the scenes on the app as well.
Very exciting.
Fantastic. Yeah, that incredible feat as well, because that is pushing the convention field forward.
Hopefully, yeah. I think it's one of the first conventions in the paranormal industry to have such an extensive app. And the nice thing about it is you will be able to add certain things to your own private reading list within the app. You'll be able to save sort of the videos to a short list. You will also be able to see the schedule. Once the schedule is ready and up, as well as the photo schedule for the photo booth, you'll have all of that in the palm of your hand. So there's no more kind of fumbling around trying to figure out who's speaking next and where. It will all be pinged straight to your phone. You will get a notification before each speaker as well. So,
brilliant.
Yeah.
No excuses to miss then. No excuses to miss one then. So, Talking of speakers, right, so far released. So far. There are more to come, I know. So far, we have had announced, again, this is the who's who, Katrina Wildman, or Weidman.
Weidman.
I never know how to say names sometimes. I'm like, I fall over on myself.
Weidman, yeah.
Robert Murch.
Absolutely, our world's leading Ouija board specialist.
Aaron Sager, who we've just heard.
Pop culture. I absolutely love Aaron. You know, each speaker that we have is doing more of the talk on... I want you to be able to walk away from each lecture having learned something. So I don't just want them to be normal Q&As, because if you want to know about the speakers, you have all weekend to ask them yourself. You know, it's not like the guests are separate from the speakers. You're going to hang out with them all the time. So you don't have to worry about having a Q&A session. Yeah, so I'm really excited by the fact that each lecture we have is definitely something a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But carry on, you were announcing speakers. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, we also have Jane Harris. We actually have Jane Harris there this year as well.
Yes, from HD Paranormal.
Uh-huh.
We're going to be working with Jane on a couple of other things coming up. So quite excited. I'll let her talk about that. That's not my gig to talk about.
Okay, and the amazing author Richard Estep, who has got the best voice in the world.
I know, right? So Richard's actually going to be doing a really cool talk. There are so many people in the paranormal industry who want to tell their story, right? They want to know how to get their story out there, how to publish a book. So how do you become a paranormal author? Richard's kind of taking that on board and teaching people the steps that it takes to get yourself published. So yeah, well, something a little different.
There you go, Claire. That would be one for us. Little
hint.
That would be a little hint. You know, we'll be taking copious amounts of notes on that one, I feel. So, can you give us any spoilers of like any up and coming guests that you've got that haven't been officially announced? Can you give us any clues? Oh, she's tempted, everybody.
Ooh.
She's tempted.
I really am. I can tell you that we are looking at schedules and flights. And I'll give you a clue. I did say earlier that we got along really, really, really well.
Ah.
So if you guys are listening, you'll
Oh, I wonder who that could be.
Pretty well everybody there, so hey. Yeah, so we are busy having a look at several different things. I want to keep a couple of surprises. I really do. There's also going to be, I know a lot of people have said to me that, you know, maybe they can't afford, because it is such an exclusive event. And when I say exclusive, I mean, I don't want it to have 300-400 people. I want it to be small and intimate, because I want to give you guys the time with those speakers to learn as much as possible. So one of the things that I have been toying with is there's a lot of people who simply cannot afford £150 for a weekend for a convention, right? Even though it does include a lot. I'm toying with the idea of doing a meet and greet ticket, which will only allow you access to the vendor area. You won't have any access to any of the lectures or anything else going on, but you can come in and spend the day in the vendors area, which means that you'll be able to meet all of the speakers, and it'll include an autograph and a photo with the speakers. So you do get to meet all the guys and hang out with them and chat, but you won't be able to actually take part in anything else in the convention. And we're trying to do that for a really discounted rate so that it makes it exceptionally affordable for people to come in and spend the day with all of us. So it's something we're playing with. I'm going to figure out how to do it. And then, yeah, because we're going to have our last two speakers. I can guarantee you guys you're going to want to come and meet them. Definitely. You won't get many opportunities to meet them in the UK. So, yeah.
Amazing.
I want to make it accessible for people.
Awesome.
It's exciting.
I'm excited.
I know.
It's
so
very
I'm
exciting.
incredibly excited.
I still have so much work to do. It's crazy. So time is literally flying by. You know, most of it has been put together. It's just sort of finer details at the moment, which is terrifying because I feel like it's coming up in a few days. But I've got a lot going on at the moment. You know, I've got the Sage Paranormal cruise next month. Next month.
Next month. Oh my God.
It creeps up on you, doesn't it? This stuff creeps up on you.
It does. I mean, we're in like nearly at the end of April.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just going so fast.
I know. For any of the listeners who have no idea what I'm talking about, I host a paranormal cruise that goes from Venice, Italy. It's 10 days, so you spend 3 days in Venice, and you get to travel through Bari, Italy, 3 Greek islands, Saranda, Albania, and Dubrovnik, Croatia. And we kind of do all sorts of myths, legends, that sort of thing, look at all the superstitions of all the places that we're in. It is a holiday. It's a paranormal holiday. It's just a bunch of like-minded people visiting a whole bunch of countries and exploring all things weird. But if you missed out on this year, spoiler alert, we will be hosting Sage Paracon number 2 in May 2019.
Wow.
So you have loads of time. You guys can book your cabin with a deposit. We'll be taking deposits for next year pretty soon. And then we can work out an easy monthly payment for you for the entire package, which includes your drinks. It includes the majority of your meals. It includes some tours. It's like pretty much all-inclusive paranormal package. So we will be getting all those details out in sort of the next few weeks as well.
Brilliant. I just want to give a shout out to the chat room for a start, because we've got plenty of people in the chat room. We've got Elizabeth is in the chat room.
Woohoo! Hey, Liz.
It's one of your para sisters, I believe.
Absolutely.
You got Kaz Rooney in there. Ashley.
Hi.
Is in there. Claire is in there too. Claire, what are you doing in the chat room, babe? You should be in the show.
I feel left out.
What? Paul Rook is in the chat room as well. He reckons he's the next speaker at the Paracon. He says, is it me? Is it me? We've got Jack Schaefer. He's in the chat room as well.
Hi, Jack, all the way from Ohio.
All the way from Ohio. I love this. Elizabeth said, she is the paranormal sister. Parasister. She ain't taking no second spots there. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us in the chat room. So much is going on with MJ. We've just talked about the Paranormal Cruise. Apart from the Paranormal Cruise, you're doing so much at home as well, aren't you?
I am. I definitely am. So I'm doing quite a few lectures and things coming up, which I will be releasing all the dates, etc. My diary is pretty full from now until pretty much December. I don't really have. I was going to say I've got some free time, but I really don't.
No, you don't, do you?
No, I really don't. I've got the Paranormal Book Club coming up, which everyone can take part in. I will be posting details about that very soon. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can get involved in the Paranormal Book Club. And the whole point of that is to have people learning more. You know what? You can't investigate the paranormal and go into this field without a good foundation. So you want to pick up a book and you want to learn and you want to research, learn a bit about psychic protection, about...
Do you know what? I think this is a really good idea because it helps in our community, in our online community. It helps to raise awareness.
Absolutely.
Or if you want to find out about stuff, but they don't know, you can recommend them a good book, or you can just give them a bit of guidance, and I think that's so helpful. Exactly. We need more of that.
Yeah, Paranormal Book Club is definitely to encourage people to learn more, but not only you go off and you read this book and maybe you still have questions. So it's being in this little book club where you can get together online and have a discussion about it and ask all of those questions. But
it's sharing as well, isn't it? So somebody else might know something, and you just learn, don't you, by talking to other people?
Exactly. So
you shared interest.
Yeah, I set up a few dates for the Paranormal Book Club. I will be releasing more information about them in the coming weeks. As I say, we've got the app coming out. We've got a few events that we're working on with yourself, young Claire.
We might be.
We might be. Yes, so,
I love this. They're giving each other coy glances at each other here. They're eyeing each other up lovingly at this point, I would just like to add.
I'm doing the Halloween Psychic Supper in Henley and Arden. So that's going to be a bit of a lecture about haunted Henley and Arden and the history of. It's a 3-course meal, and each course is kind of to do with the time period. So whether it's like 1600s or this or that. So it's really interesting. That's really on my doorstep. I live in Henley, so it literally is right here. Gosh, what else? We're gonna do quite a few of the free trips to explore the area. So recently we did a day at the Little Roll White Stones, and that was amazing. For those who don't know, it's a stone circle older than Stonehenge. It's only a wee little one, but it's super spiritual. The energy is amazing, and it's free. So we just get together and go out. I'm going to be teaching a bit of grounding and earthing, and hopefully the weather stays better.
Yes,
because the last time we were there, it was supposed to be a beautiful day, and it ended up snowing. Right.
Oh gosh. Yeah. No one likes to go out in the snow.
I think the weather. So we're going to fall off.
Okay, so before we go on, I want to play you another one. Ooh. I'm so excited about these. I'm going to play you another one.
Hi, this is Jane Harris from HD Paranormal, and you're listening to Parasearch Radio with your host, Kerry. This year, why not join us at Coombe Abbey Hotel from the 8th to the 11th of November at the Sage Paracon VIP weekend, a weekend full of all things paranormal. Tickets are on sale now from www.sageparacon.co.uk. but those tickets are limited, so don't miss out. Get yours today, and I'll see you there.
You're listening to The Spirit Dimension on Parasearch Radio UK with your host, Kerry.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Jane has got such a gorgeous voice, isn't she? She's so calming and so easy to listen to. She's just brilliant.
It was actually quite funny because I'd asked her to record the little jingle because all of our speakers will be doing one, and to help with the promotion of the event and everything. And it's so great that they're getting involved. And Jane was like, "I've been really sick, so I sound really husky." And I was like, "Well, that's even better. Let's do it."
Oh no, this is awesome, absolutely awesome. Now, Jane, I don't know if you guys have heard, and if you haven't, where the hell have you been? Quite frankly, she did a documentary called "Who Put Bell in the Witch Elm." And it is a phenomenal piece of work. It's a phenomenal research piece of work. It's an amazing documentary. I absolutely loved it. If you haven't caught it, I suggest you do. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. So please go and check that out. Please go and get it. Check it out.
It's fantastic. I highly, highly recommend it. And what most people don't realize is that she pretty much did everything. She did the filming, she edited it, she put it together, and kudos to her because I know how much work it takes to put something together. And to do it of that standard and that quality, guys, watch it. It is amazing. I highly recommend it.
I do too.
Definitely.
I've seen it and it's absolutely fantastic. Ashley Nick did
I
a
will be
blog
seeing
on
it.
Ashley did a blog on it, and it's just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. We did a show.
So you guys can actually find the DVD, and I think you can order the DVD on her website if you want to own it for yourself. Check out hdparanormal.com.
Yeah.
I think it's .com.
Yeah, I think it is actually.
HD Paranormal, and definitely get yourself a copy.
And we did actually interview Jane just after she released that particular documentary. So if you haven't heard that show, check it out. That's on the archives in the Spirit Dimension. Well, let's get back to Coombe Abbey, because that's where the Sage Paracon is being held, at Coombe Abbey. What can you tell us about the location?
Well, okay, so I've tried my best to actually not research the history, seeing as though we're investigating. Really makes it very hard when you're running the event there. I know that it was built around 1139 or 1136, that kind of time period. It used to be an old abbey, hence Coombe Abbey. There was a monk who was allegedly murdered in the property, who still haunts the place. It's one of the pieces that I know. And I only know this because the tomb is in the hotel. You literally walk by it. There's this massive, gorgeous tomb inside the hotel. It's crazy. It is really old. It's really gorgeous inside. It's a really nice hotel. It's really pretty. There's some great grounds to go snooping around on. We will be investigating Coombe Abbey for the Sage Paracon Paranormal Investigation with all of our speakers. And we have 6 different areas, and they are the oldest areas of Coombe Abbey. And I believe we are the very first people ever to investigate it.
Oh!
So, as far as I know, no one has ever investigated Coombe Abbey.
Ooh.
It used to be the childhood home of Queen Elizabeth I. Something like that. That's about what I know.
Okay.
It has a great convention centre. The rooms are fantastic. They do really good food. And I know that they are pretty much already fully booked for the Thursday night. So, guys, I suggest that if you are planning on coming to Sage Paracon, please book your hotel room for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday straight away. Those of you that are looking for alternative accommodation, maybe something a little cheaper within your budget, just to let you know, there are several different hotels ranging from £40 a night all the way up within like 3-4 miles of Coombe Abbey. So if you're looking for something a little more affordable, you want to share with someone or whatever the case may be, it's not. It seems like it's in the middle of nowhere, but literally it's a 5-minute drive away. So there are other options, which I will put all the links out on our social media and our website soon, so you can find those hotels and things.
Brilliant. Now, you have a VIP party, don't you?
Oh, dear. Oh, it's the legendary VIP.
Oh.
This is the bit I want to hear about. What is the theme for this year's? Yeah, which is the theme for this year's party?
So, you guys voted. We put out 8 different themes, and so we did kind of a round robin. You guys all voted. We got down to the 2 best themes, and the one that won is a vampire masquerade ball.
Oh, we get to get our basques out, Claire.
I'm super excited. Super excited. So,
I don't know where mine is. I haven't worn it for a while.
ball gowns and fangs and contact lenses and
bangs.
Do you know what? Even if you want to go as a modern day vampire and chuck a whole bunch of glitter on yourself and sparkle your way through the night, hey, that'll do. But you have to get dressed up and you have to wear a mask. It wouldn't be a ball if, not everyone played ball.
I am eyeing up such an outfit for this particular party. I tell you, I love to. Oh yes, I do love a party, Paul. You know me and parties. And the outfit that I'm eyeing up is pretty special. Is all I can say. Oh my God!
Any excuse.
I am excited.
No, it won't be Twilight, Elizabeth. It won't be Twilight. I promise you.
Twilight vampires are acceptable. If you want to go. If you want to go for the modern day vampire, like I said, chuck a bit of sparkly glitter on yourself and Bob's your uncle.
Red contact lenses if you fancy it,
yeah. It's easy, you don't exactly have to wear ball gowns. But we will have some live music. We will have some live entertainment there. We will also have a DJ who, at the Sage Paracon party, gets a chance to play because we take over karaoke and we literally have to pry the microphone out of certain people's hands. So, namely
okay.
mine. But
that's okay, as long as it's not in my hand.
I'm really looking forward to it because Katrina Weidman actually is the lead singer of a rock band called Away from 30. So they've just released their album. So you guys can check her out on YouTube, have a look on her website. The band is Away from 30. She has an extremely powerful voice, but she loves karaoke. So it's happening.
Oh, it sounds like it's going to be a party and a half. Now, what about like last year? You had Baby arrive, didn't you?
Yeah, we had Baby, the car, the 67 Chevrolet Impala 327 4-barrel V8 BUT from Supernatural.
Have you got any of those kind of things happening that you can divulge yet?
Not this year. Not yet, anyway. Something might pop up and I might change my mind.
She says this, and then the next thing you know, you've got like Brad Pitt arriving in costume or something. You know what I mean?
Well,
if you could do that, that would be awesome.
We won't mind.
We won't argue that. Yeah.
We'll be happy to cover it for you.
I don't have anything like that as yet. What we are focusing on a lot is the green screen photography. We're going to be doing a lot of different things with the photography this year because, you really want to take memories away with you. And the best way to do that is the fantastic green screen photo booth that we have. But it's going to be roaming around. We'll have photographers throughout the entire event. We're going to be shooting a video. We may or may not have someone quite well known doing some filming at Sage Paracon. So there's a little.
Oh, you notice his tidbits she keeps dropping us.
I know, it's all like
come on,
like tantalising taste bits, isn't it? It's like
I know, little bits, little tasty bits. Can I just say, while you're talking about the green screen, if you, Kerry's posted, I think you posted the Sage website up, haven't you? You posted the link.
Have, yeah.
If you go to the Sage Paracon website, you can see the amazing pictures from last year and some of the photos that were used with the green things. They're really good. And also a whole list of what's going on. Yeah,
If you go on the Sage Paracon Facebook page, you can have a look at the different albums, 2016, 2017, and soon to be 2018. So soon.
This year's going so fast. So fast.
Oh
my goodness me.
So check it out. There's information everywhere.
I'm just pulling up the page so I can share it for guys. If you haven't gone over onto the Facebook page, I'm just going to share the link for you. You've got the website, now you've got the Facebook page. There's no excuses. If you're not sure you want to go to this, oh my God, what is wrong with you is all I can say. It is the Paranormal Convention of the year in the UK. It is the summit of paranormal conventions, I would actually put out there.
You know, we do have, and people always go, a paranormal convention, you're supposed to learn, it's supposed to be serious, it's supposed to be, and our lectures are. We really do want you guys to learn as much as possible from our lectures. However, there is nothing stopping us from having a damn old good time and shaking our butts on a dance floor and singing karaoke and actually getting to mingle with people in our field. You know, you want to get to know more people. You want to swap ideas. You want to network. You want to get to know other teams so you can share locations and do more investigating. And I'm not a person that'll go around preaching para-unity because there are too many people that do that. But what I am going to say to you is, and all of you that have attended the Sage Paracon know this, there are no strangers at the Sage Paracon. It is literally like one big family. It is the Sage tribe, and anyone and everyone is welcome. So on our website, it does say there's no strangers at the Sage Paracon, only friends you have yet to meet.
Elizabeth has asked,
and
does
I
she
can
need to bring her
vouch for
camera?
that.
Sorry?
Elizabeth has asked, does she need to bring her camera this time? I would say that's a yes, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah.
That's like an obvious.
Gremlins.
The original official Sage Paracon photographer. So yes, Elizabeth, you're still working.
Claire?
Hello.
Are you there?
Hi.
I am here. There were some gremlins on my line, though, so I missed a bit of what you were saying.
So you're excited?
I am.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
And I was going to say, I can vouch for what you were saying about, you know, having friends forever. Once you've been to a Paracon, you want to go to them all because you meet such lovely people. And it's like that, exactly, isn't it? That para family.
It
totally.
really...
The online community just keeps going, and everybody keeps in touch. It's really nice.
It is
really, yeah. So I would say, get your butt to Sage Paracon 2018.
Yeah. Oh my goodness,
love it.
So MJ,
oh my, told.
You certainly have been told by the very, very lovely Claire Hinks in a very unlovely way.
No, get your butt there. Get it there. It's the best experience, and I can vouch. Having never been before and being asked to be a speaker last year, I was so nervous, and I needn't have been because everybody was so lovely. Everybody put you at ease. Every speaker that MJ invites to the Paracon is like your friend. It's not like you're, oh my God, you're a celebrity, I can't talk to you. It's not like that at all, is it, MJ? Everybody chats. It's like, everybody was at ease.
Yeah. And we ended up with, what were they called? John Zaffis and the Crypt Keepers, Jeff Belanger and them, Brian Cano and all of them singing Who You Gonna Call? John Zaffis.
Yeah.
We had so many funny moments. The thing is, everybody looks at the speakers thinking, oh, wow, these big para celebrities and big names that, we're going to see them for a whole 40 minutes when they do their lecture. And not again, which is not like that. You literally spend, if you buy the platinum ticket and you have all 4 days, guess what? You are stuck with those speakers for 4 days of all things paranormal. Whether you go.
And actually, when you have time in the day to chat to the speakers, and you're, and they're mingling with you, and obviously partied with them, you got to know them. When you come to hearing them speak, it's so much more interesting because you feel like you already know them. You're part of that. You're involved in that.
Absolutely. And this is a big thing. People go, well, I'm really picky with speakers. I've said no to some very interesting names in the field. And it's not an ego thing. It's not that I don't think they're great investigators or that they don't have anything to offer. It is because certain people just have that relaxed energy. They just click. There are no egos. There are no, and I'm not saying the people that I've said no to have egos, but I'm saying it's just, there are certain people that just make the Paracon what it is.
It's a resonance, isn't it? It's actually having a resonance with the vibe that you're trying to achieve and what will fit. It's like when you build a team, isn't it? You're not picking. You have to pick somebody that's going to fit into that resonance, that vibe, and it's no different from how you build a Paracon. You're picking speakers who fit that resonance.
Absolutely. You know, I want all the attendees to feel so welcome and so that everyone's just down to earth and approachable and that sort of thing. And I really want to create a very chilled out, relaxed vibe. Claire, you know how that is. So I am very picky with my speakers, and I do want to keep it as a small event. I don't want to grow it big. You know, everyone's going, wow, you could, you know, drop the ticket price down and have 500 people, but then you wouldn't get that same experience. No. You wouldn't get that exclusive time with people. You wouldn't learn as much. You would be sharing it with 500 other people. So, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not in it for money. I'm in it to cover my costs of the convention, bring people together, and have a really good time. And this is the 3rd year, and hey, so far so good.
Definitely so far so good. Now, we are getting... time flies. Time absolutely flies.
Oh my
God.
God.
It does. It's 10
I know. As if you haven't got enough strings to your bow, young lady, right? You actually have another side of you that you make products, don't you? Which works.
I do. So I make all things witchy and wonderful. Anything from handmade crystal jewelry to bath salts and different tinctures for different things to cleanse your energy, different bath teas. I'm actually starting to broaden that range of products. We also have clothing. We also have coffee. We also have chocolates. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of products. I have actually put that on the back burner for now, just because I do have so much going on. But I will be at the Leamington Spa Peace Festival, which is in Leamington Spa in the main Jefferson Garden. I think it's Jefferson Garden. It's the big square with the grass in the middle of town. So, hey.
You know where you're going. It's not what it's called, but we know where we're going.
That is very professional. It's in Leamington Spa. It is the 15th and 16th of June. They're about. And it's the 40th anniversary. It's a free festival. Completely free. There's live music. And there are loads of stalls. It is all vegan, vegetarian, hippies. Peace, love, and harmony. It's great. I love it. It's one of my favorite events of the year. But this year, I will be selling all the Witchworks products and Sage Paranormal products and things there. So, you know, if you want to come around for a really good weekend, all free entertainment, etc., and come check it out, come do some shopping. We'll have all the products there. And
what she's not mentioning is it's an exclusive seller place event, isn't it? They don't just accept anybody on this.
No, they don't. They don't. It is very, very difficult to get a stall at the event. I've been trying for quite some time. That I've built up the reputation and the product line that I have and the quality that I have. So it was really nice to be accepted for a stall there. I'm looking forward to it. It's one of my favorite events of the year. So, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it too.
Oh,
I'm very glad to say that I'll be there.
My spare room ready.
Shopping, not selling.
Yeah, shopping. She's going to be spending like a madwoman, is that Claire?
Going to be shopping.
Yeah,
and
I think you might end up working at some point too.
And another thing that I just want to bring up for everyone listening is a couple of years ago, before I started my treatment, for all of that in the past, I'm not even going to bring it up. No. But I was offered a book deal, and I started writing my book. and then I just put it aside, and that was a few years ago. I stopped. I didn't carry on. And I'm pleased to say that I have been offered another one. So, yeah.
Oh,
let's have a little roundup then. So we have a Sage Paracon cruise coming up.
Yes.
We have a massive Sage Paranormal convention coming up. We have a festival that's pretty exclusive, but a great day out and free for an attendee.
Yeah, it's a 2-day festival actually, but yeah.
We have an online bookstore thing going on.
The book club, yeah.
Book club, yes, that was the word I was searching for there.
We've got more lectures.
The book club, you've got lectures.
Product lines.
You've got, paranormal investigations that you're doing.
Yeah, going to be adding more of the.
You're gonna run out of fingers.
You've got I know, I'm up to 7. We've got the October Halloween psychic supper.
Yeah.
We've got books that you're writing.
So I will be doing 3 books in total for now.
Okay.
But yes.
Okay, so we're up to 9, everybody.
So just before we round this up, just throw us a tidbit. Throw us a book tidbit.
Oh, okay. So it very much is the journey that I've been on and all the things that happened in my life where I learned lessons in the paranormal, where I had aha moments. Anything from the first time that I ever experienced anything as a child to some of the stuff that I've learned from some of the biggest names in the industry during investigations and that sort of stuff. So the first book is very much just sharing lessons that I've learned through experiences. So it's a lot of my stories and how I got to where I am in the industry today. The second book is a Paranormal Investigating 101. It's pretty much a wealth of information that I've collected from people all around the world. Different experiments, different really cool things to do, what works, what doesn't work. And then the third book is more on the psychic development side of things. It's kind of a beginner's 101 on that side. And that sort of delves into crystals and all sorts as well. So it's, a little bit of everything.
Well, you're a little inspiration.
I was going to say, is that it? I mean, we got up to 9 projects. Is that it? Well, or can you squeeze another one in there somewhere too?
Let's round it up. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, 9. It's a really odd number. Let's go for a full-blown 10.
I'm going to be doing several lectures in America as well this year. So I will be over in New Hampshire, in Londonderry, speaking at the Hunting the Haunted Paracon, the 15th, I think it's the 15th of September. That weekend, I will be out in Kentucky at Cryptozoology. I will be in Michigan for Michigan Paracon. So I'm going to be over in the States quite a bit this year.
So jet setting on top of all of this.
Excuse me?
So jet setting on top of all of this.
Yes, definitely. A lot of jet setting on top of it. And I am currently working on a really big project. Quite possibly my most terrifying project. And I am bound by contract at the moment. I'm not allowed to actually talk about it. However, I will find out if I can give you guys a bit of a hint about it. And let's just say it's going to look pretty good on the CV. It's a very interesting project.
Wow. Gosh, that's it's been a whirlwind of a very exciting year for MJ coming up. Now, we are actually at the end of the show, but I can't go without playing this one more time for you guys. I love this. I actually play this to myself. I'm just saying. I have little moments with Aaron, so I'm going to give you guys another little moment with Aaron before we go. Firstly, I want to say thank you so much to MJ for joining us tonight. I look forward to having you on as the year progresses to catch up with more and more of what you're up to and how things are progressing. Claire, as always, it's a pleasure.
Been a pleasure. It has been a pleasure.
Blows the kiss on camera, like everyone else can hear that.
Yeah. Hi, I'm blowing them a kiss, everybody, and to you lovely listeners.
before we go, we actually have a very special birthday coming up on Monday. Well, tomorrow. Oh my God, that's actually the weekend's gone already. It's tomorrow. It's Claire's 40th birthday, would you believe? So, Claire, happy birthday, darling.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
I hope you have the bestest time in the world. And we will talk tomorrow at some point, I'm sure. Or is it when you fly tomorrow?
No, Tuesday. Well, early hours of Tuesday. Yeah, no, we'll still be here tomorrow. It's fine.
Oh, well, we'll catch up.
You'll be in bed sleeping when I go.
So on that note, thank you all so much for joining us in the chat room. I'm sure you're getting loads of birthday messages now in the chat room. Because I can see it scrolling past me. On that note, I'm going to play a little bit of Aaron. That's for my personal pleasure. And we will be joining you tomorrow on the Parasearch Radio Encore show. Don't forget, tomorrow I go live on the Parasearch Radio group page. New competition coming up, everybody. Little heads up there for you. You'll find out all about that when I go live tomorrow. On that note, good night.
Night.
Good night.
Hey there, friends and fiends. I am TV host and journalist Aaron Sagers from Paranormal Pop Culture, and you are listening to Parasearch Radio with your host, Kerry. Join us at Coombe Abbey Hotel from the 8th to 11th, November 2018 at the Sage Paracon for a VIP weekend of all things paranormal. Tickets are on sale now at www.sageparacon.co.uk. Tickets are limited, so do not miss out. Get yours today, and I mean right now, right this second. I will wait for you to get them, and then I will see you there.
You're listening
Thank
to
you
the
for
Spirit
listening.
Dimension
Don't forget to
on
join us for
Parasearch
more
Radio
shows throughout the
UK
week.
with your
Find us on
host,
Facebook,
Kerry.
Twitter, and the World Wide Web to keep up to date with all the shows right here on Parasearch Radio.